When we launched this club 10 years back, I was asked, what's your favourite book? And after a lot of havering and wavering, because I do love so many, I named this one we're about to talk about. So blessings on you, Jeanette Winterson, for bringing it as your classic. We are talking of Emily Bronte's great Gothic tale from the North Country, Wuthering Heights. We scarcely need to explain the plot. There's Cathy, there's Heathcliff, there's the poor overbred Lintons. It's a tale of passion, loss and revenge. Some would say the ultimate love story. But Jeanette, is it? Is that how you see it?
It's not how I see it. It's a book that I love, and there is a love story in it, that the desperate bond between Cathy and Heathcliff. But of course, it's been utterly watered down and diluted by sort of countless half-remembered versions and musicals with terrible people like Cliff Richard in them.
Cliff Richard didn't play Heathcliff, did he?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God!
Oh, it's the part he was born to play.
It's just so upsetting, I know. So that we think, you know, this is the ultimate love story. And actually, it's a story about just about everything else. It's about how women have no power. You know, at the time when she wrote it, women couldn't own their own property, they couldn't inherit. You know, poor Cathy has to get married. There's no way that she can take over her father's house. There's no way that she can have any independence. You know, at the end, when Heathcliff says, Cathy, why did you betray your own heart? She didn't betray her own heart. She has no choices. You know, it's about the choices women don't have. And it's absolutely about property. You know, Heathcliff has to go off and make money in order to be somebody and to fuel his desire for revenge. So what she's really doing is mercilessly pulling apart the class structure of England in an absolutely riddled with class, with prejudice, with snobbery, pomposity. She wants to show us all of that and the consequences of that. She wants to show us what it means to be a woman, to live as a woman, a spirited, high-spirited woman. You know, Cathy doesn't play by the rules at all. But her spirit is actually broken by the marriage that she has to make.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, no. I just defy you to find one tolerable human being in this book. They are... Yeah. I love you. Well, I'm going to marry my neighbour. Oh, you bitch. Well, I'm going to marry his sister. Oh, you bastard. Oh, my God, they're the most insufferable human beings.
And
it was like being in the Big Brother
other.
house. It was like being trapped in the Big Brother house.
What have you done, Jeanette? What have you done?
I'm sorry. This was your favourite book.
Yeah, that says a lot, doesn't it, really? Aren't they just dreadful to each other? How is this in any way romantic?
I totally agree. I didn't find it a love story
It's
at
not
all.
romantic in the way we use the word now.
And I was interesting because I'd never read it, so this was my first time reading it, and I understand it's well beloved of teenagers. I understand mostly people read it as a teenager,
Virginia Gay.
You're very young. You're very young, Gay.
We're still
so
learning
young.
to read and, yeah.
But, like, you know, most people come to it as a teenager, is that right? And it's still on syllabuses and things. And to me, it makes sense as a teenager because people are behaving like teenagers.
You told me you loved it.
I
She'll
started
say anything
loving
to
it.
get on this show.
So young, Jennifer, though. You look so young. I started loving it, and I read it because I read mostly Austen from roughly this period. I know that's 50,
Miss
years.
Priss.
Oh, all right, mate, all right. So I read it with Austen's eyes, like with an Austen sensibility, and that's a problem.
You can't do that. She's down in Bath.
Absolutely. Right.
She's not up on the Yorkshire Moors.
But I tell you what,
she would have died.
She would have. She absolutely would have. She's strong, but not.
Well, like poor old Emily. I mean, she didn't last past 30, did she? It's awful. I just find the book completely berserk.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like the first time I read it, I didn't really like it very much, and reading it sort of many years later, it's
I
sort of.
thought it was a comedy at first.
I thought it was too. I thought it was too.
Well, because there are so many dog attacks. People get attacked by dogs in quite a comedic fashion all the time. He sort of comes in and he gets set upon by the pack of dogs, and someone else gets a dog and I'm like, oh, it's a funny book about dog attacks. It's not. It's not in any way whatsoever. And then
that was character development.
Joseph, who I can't understand a word he comes and he says, I'm like, is there a plot point in there somewhere? There's paragraphs of him saying vowels, and I can't. But he's supposed to be sharing plot. I thought, oh, he's a funny character.
Well, you're not wrong about that because
There
Stella
we go.
Gibbons parodied that in Cold Comfort.
There we go.
All I can say is that having
Have I upset you, Jennifer?
to cry during gratitude, I'm just laughing with not just laughter but rage. You are so ignorant. I cannot believe it.
So why do you love it?
Yes,
come
why
on, bring
do
it
you
on.
love it?
Because these characters you hate, except for the dogs, these characters you hate, I thought were enormously powerful. I thought they were, you know, the absolute personification of the, you know, death or glory, you know, burn to the end. I loved those characters. They were going for it, gunning for it big time. They were in total opposition to everything but their own environment. They were elemental people in an elemental place. And I really, really wanted to have my own Heathcliff, just like that.
Really?
I know.
Aren't you lucky that you have now?
I can't imagine having your own Heathcliff. I mean, and also,
You
there's-
date
Can you
Heathcliff when
imagine
you're
when he'd be
20?
like to have sex with?
Okay, yes,
Did
now
you-
I can imagine.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me that didn't occur to you?
All right, no, it didn't occur to me, but it did just then. And sure, I see Heathcliff has some good
As the only man on this panel, I'm going to put my fingers in my ears now.
The book is filled with like cycles of abuse too, and the idea. I think if we were writing about it in our teenagehood, I could write a lot of essays about like nature and nurture, and I think this, which is a phrase I haven't used since I was 14, but the idea that like they're constantly saying, this is my base nature. And actually what you see through the book is these children being appallingly mistreated by people in power and then appallingly mistreating their children.
The punished turns punisher.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I would go back to, what's good about it. I think there's psychologically great acuity.
Yeah.
I think that
Oh, she
absolutely
really
makes sense.
understood it.
Yeah,
She
totally.
really
She
got
did.
that.
She did. And Heathcliff is so violent himself. There's a terrible bit at the end where he stands up all night under the tree and just banging his head against the tree trunk.
Yeah, I know how he felt.
Tragically, we must leave it at that. Thank you to my fabulous guests tonight, to Jeanette Winterson, to Marie Cardy, Jason Steger and Virginia Gay. Thank you, guys. And next week, next week, you'll never hear me talk about next month again. We will be back with a special show featuring a remarkable lineup of Writers' Festival visitors. We have Booker Prize-winning Marlon James, New York critic Vivian Gornick, opening night sensation Kate Tempest, and Paula Hawkins, whose debut novel, The Girl on the Train, probably never heard of it, but there you go. It was the audience's top pick for 2015 here. Their subject will be books that changed my life. The last word tonight goes to our new sister series, aptly titled Bookish, our boisterous weekly online program exploring all aspects of the reading, writing and publishing world. If you haven't caught it, here's a snippet.
I don't think it's bad to be a literary snob. It's only bad to be a social snob or an economic snob.
And more waiting for you at Bookish on iView. Talk to us on our Facebook page. But first, just savour this. Words from the Bard, music from Paul Kelly, performing with Alice Keith. Sonnet number 18. A beautiful thing. See you next week.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a day. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dim, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wondrous in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. As long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Summer's lease hath all too short a day. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dim, and every fair from fair sometime decline, by chance on nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou wooest, nor shall death brag thou wondrous in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. As long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.